Crochet is an excellent craft. It is versatile, it is adaptable, and it is simple to learn and simple to begin designing stuff for yourself. One of the most amazing things about crochet is that it's actually quite a young craft. Unlike knitting, where we have got 7th century examples in Egyptian tombs even, crochet really only burst onto the scene in the late Victorian era when magazine printing became a big thing and ladies' fancy work magazines became all the rage. So really in less than 200 years, crochet has exploded and evolved into so many different styles. But the wonderful thing about it is that once you learn the basics, as you're going to in this course, you are going to be equipped with the right techniques and the right language to create the most beautiful, most exotic looking pieces. In this video, I'm going to go through a few of the more common branches of the crochet tree, just to show you the type of thing you can do with the stitches that I'm going to be teaching you in the course of this course. If you don't like any of them, trust me, there are more. The wonderful thing about it is because it's so evolving, new types of crochet are appearing all the time, and you may very well be one of those people who will invent a new type of crochet in the not too distant future. So watch this video. If there's anything that takes your fancy, you'll find more information on that type of crochet in the description below. I hope you see something you like. The great thing about crochet is that once you've learned the basic dance steps, there are so many ways you can improvise with them. So the 3 projects we're going to be learning in these classes are these ones here: a fingerless glove, a ruffly flower, and a granny square that can be expanded to any size you wish. Fingerless glove is going to teach you 2 of the basic stitches, as well as get you comfortable holding your hook and with the basic terminology and how to pattern read. The ruffly flower is going to teach you both how to work in rows and work on the round, which means going round in circles instead of over and back. It's going to teach you how to do increases and also what a stitch sequence can do to a piece of crochet. And we're going to be learning how to do the granny square, where you're going to be learning 2 new stitches, as well as how to follow a slightly more complex pattern. And the beauty of these 3 projects is that once you have these down, once you're familiar and comfortable with the terminology and the techniques used, which won't take you too long, you can then expand that and create all sorts of other things. So I'm going to show you a few of those possibilities today. We have got textured crochet, which use mostly the stitches that I'm going to be teaching you here. This evening bag uses what's called crocodile stitch to give you these beautiful dragon-like scales, as well as a cluster of stitches that gives this beautiful fan texture that you can see on the main part of the bag, as well as these lovely solid handles. So evening bags like this with beautiful textures like so are possible. Like slightly more practical end of the spectrum, I've made this trivet out of baling twine and a basket weave stitch, which is a crochet stitch that gives the effect of a woven fabric when actually it's just crocheted in rows. So again, the stitches in this are going to be ones that you have learned by the end of this course. And we've also got more textured work here in the form of a crochet cable or crochet relief work, similar enough to Aran knit jumpers and that kind of stuff. This sort of texture work, again, pretty much uses the stitches you're going to learn. It's just a matter of knowing where to dance. So stuff like this is very possible, this lovely, thick, cozy, squishy crochet. On the other end of the spectrum, we have lacier objects like this here. This beautiful doily is something I made when I was around 17 or thereabouts, and it's a little worse for wear. So you can see there's a few little dots and stuff on it from over the years, all the wear it's gotten. So this here, again, is made out of stitches that you are going to be learning. It's just a matter of using a much smaller hook and much thinner thread to create them. So God bless my eyesight when I was a teenager, I'll tell you that much. Each one of those is a stitch, but remarkably, that stitch there is the same one you're going to be doing for your granny square here. So as I say, once you know what you're doing, it's just a matter of getting used to dancing on a different dance floor. That's all there is to it. So you've got lacy stuff like this and some Irish crochet lace. Again, something I did when I was much younger. You can see it's got a little bit of wear on it as well over the years. But Irish crochet lace, once again, is made up of all the stitches you're going to be learning in this class. It's just a matter of how they're put together. So learning to pattern read turns basic skills into something as complex and beautiful looking as this, even though it's made up of quite simple individual pieces. What we also have is, now this is something we're not going to be doing necessarily in this course, but I'm glad to say that this kind of texture is absolutely possible once you understand, this is our first lesson, once you understand how to do this stitch in the fingerless glove. It's not a huge leap to creating textures like this with your crochet. This is a Tunisian crochet shawl that I created, that I've designed, and it is quite a simple job once you understand the ABCs. And lastly, and a lot more fun than the rest, are these little toys here, again made up out of the stitch that your fingerless glove is made out of. I've got a little badger here, I've got a little rabbit, because of course I do, and I've got a wee pine marten as well, which is an animal here in Ireland. So these little guys, again, they're worked on the round, and they're worked out of the basic stitch and crochet that you're going to be learning. And it is simply a question of following the instructions in a pattern to get from working a simple project like this to something that would bring hours and hours of fun to any young people in your family, or maybe yourself as well. So just bear in mind, as we're going through all of these lessons, you're learning the ABCs with me, but that does open up the world of possibilities for you. So if there's anything you like particularly in this class, or that you've seen in this video, I should say, look in the description below and I will give you more information on all these forms of crochet to help you on your way to increasing your skill set.